A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a shocking incident that has sparked outrage and condemnation, Israeli security forces shot and killed 2 Palestinian men in the West Bank city of Jenin, who were reportedly surrendering and unarmed. The events unfolded during a raid conducted by Israeli forces, which was aimed at apprehending individuals suspected of terrorist activities. Eyewitness accounts and footage from the scene reveal a disturbing sequence of events that has raised serious questions about the conduct of the Israeli military and police. On Thursday, as the 2 men exited a building with their hands raised, appearing to surrender, they were surrounded by armed Israeli forces. The footage shows them lifting their shirts to demonstrate they were unarmed and lying on the ground in an apparent act of surrender. However, instead of being taken into custody, they were directed back inside the building before Israeli forces opened fire at close range. The Palestinian Health Ministry confirmed that the 2 men, identified as 26-year-old Monasir Abdullah and 37-year-old Yusuf Asasa, were killed in the shooting. A Reuters journalist present at the scene witnessed the events unfold, noting that after the shots were fired, Israeli forces were seen standing near what appeared to be a lifeless body. In response to the incident, the Israeli military and police released a joint statement indicating that they have launched an investigation into the shooting. However, the statement did not clarify why the forces opened fire or acknowledge that the men had surrendered. Jenin Governor Kamal Abu al-Rub condemned the actions of the Israeli forces, labeling it a cold-blooded execution of 2 unarmed individuals who had surrendered. He expressed concerns about the likelihood of a genuine investigation being conducted by Israeli authorities. The Israeli military justified the raid, stating that it was part of an operation to apprehend individuals wanted for terrorist activities, including attacks on security forces. However, the specifics of the accusations against the 2 men were not disclosed, nor was any evidence provided to substantiate claims of their alleged involvement in a terror network. According to the military statement, security forces had surrounded the building where the men were located and initiated a surrender procedure that lasted several hours. After the men exited the building, fire was directed towards them, and the incident is reportedly under review by commanders on the ground. The far-right National Security Minister Itamar Ben-Gvir publicly supported the actions of the military and police, asserting that terrorists should die. This incident is the latest in a series of violent confrontations in the northern West Bank, where Israeli forces have been conducting operations to apprehend alleged militants. Palestinian militant group Hamas condemned the killings, calling them an execution and urging the international community to intervene against what they described as Israel's escalating violence. The footage of the incident has circulated widely, drawing condemnation from human rights organizations and prompting calls for accountability. The UN Human Rights Office spokesperson Jeremy Lawrence expressed shock at the killings, emphasizing the need for accountability and the protection of Palestinian lives. Yuli Novak, the executive director of the human rights group Selam, criticized the dehumanization of Palestinians and the lack of mechanisms to prevent such killings in Israel. Selam had previously ceased cooperating with military investigations, deeming them ineffective. The stark evidence captured in the video footage of this incident has amplified calls for justice and accountability in a context where Israeli soldiers and police are rarely held responsible for the deaths of Palestinians. As the investigation progresses, the international community watches closely, hoping for a thorough examination of the events that transpired in Jenin and a commitment to uphold human rights in the region. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.